If not, all those in favor? Opposed? Vote.
Good, thank you.
Amanda? Okay.
I will be in touch with all three of the bidders.
Do we have any more questions for the road commissioner?
You guys want to pass this?
Okay. We'll bring that to the end. Let me look at the... Yeah, here's the one from Smith Associates, Yarmouth.
Yeah, they had the email one and one of the packets.
Right, and this one hasn't been opened yet.
Right.
You can open that one. We didn't get any of our conventional bidders, did we? We didn't get either Hoy or Campbell.
Nope. And I emailed, it was in the papers, and
We may have to go out again, I'm afraid.
there's one more there.
No, it's a duplicate of the one I
No,
passed.
there's two bids, one from HRH.
Yeah, no,
and
I
the other
passed them
one
along.
Okay.
Okay. There's a Smith Associates and an R something Smith.
R.H.R. Smith.
R.H.R. Smith.
Yeah.
It's confusing because it was missed.
Right, right.
And there's both from down in the Rich Company.
Hey, they're the only ones that bothered to.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we want to rethink. Let's see what they are. Find the price yet?
They buried it in the back.
Probably, I didn't look at any of them,
Between
so
7 and 10.
I don't know where the price is.
Oh, that's not bad. The audit price will not exceed $5,000. From HR Smith.
R.H.R. Smith.
R.H.R. Smith and Company.
Not exceed $5.
Audit price, the audit price will not exceed $5,000.
$5,000.
Our price includes travel and all out-of-pocket expenses related to the audit and all client communications related to the audit.
Okay. How about Smith Associates?
Smith Associates, town approved, is $4,550, $4,550.
How much we paid last year to Hood?
25.
That's what I thought. What do you wish to do? What's your preference, Bill?
Do you have any dealings with either one of them?
We have dealt with HRH before he got to be, we dealt with him when he was a lot smaller, let's put it that way.
You did it for us, didn't you, 1 year or 2
Yeah,
years?
that's what I mean, 98 or 99, he did the audit. And I was impressed with him, but he's very, his team is very good.
Yeah.
It probably won't be himself that counts, it would be, he has a team that he sends out. Might be 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
And Smith and Associates, I've heard of them, but I never dealt with them.
We don't have any bordering towns that have used them or anything like that.
They probably have, who they've done for.
I'd like to take some time for Vera and whoever has an interest to kind of go through the packet versus just looking at a dollar figure right now.
This town approved already.
Right.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, they did us,
We just talked about the late 90s.
HRH, yeah.
Smith
HRH did us either 98 or 99, I can't remember exactly. Yeah. Then we had Camp Hill.
Yeah. There's a guy who used to have. One guy we had years and years.
He's out of two, I think.
Harold Blake.
I think he's out.
Yeah, Harold, yeah, not Blade, not Harold. Yeah, he's a recent one, yeah.
They don't go to the houses, they come and do the books.
They just do the books and what's in
Right.
it.
Yeah,
They audit the books.
they audit the books and they audit, they go and check the banks to make sure that what we say we have, and that we don't have something that we don't say we have.
Yeah, you're thinking.
I'm thinking something else.
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
I got,
Is that, do we want to table this and decide next week? and give Vera and anybody that's interested, we set aside a day to just review them?
We have enough time?
Well, I think so. I mean, you know.
Okay, I make a motion to table it.
Yeah, I think, I'd like to look at it a little closer.
Okay.
It's just a dollar figure.
Yeah, I didn't
And-
look at any of them, so.
Yeah. The problem is that if it was a fixed dollar figure on the RHR Smith, then you could make a decision, but he says not to exceed 5,000, the other guy's 4,500.
Yeah.
So, you really, isn't much difference between them. Okay? If that's good, then we'll table that until next week, and make sure if you want to get in and look at it, do it this week,
I'm
okay?
gonna be in here tomorrow morning.
All right?
It's a good day tomorrow, it's raining, and we look at it. He made a motion to table it, do we second it? Or?
Yeah, okay. All those in favor of tabling? Opposed? Good, it's tabled. Table motions don't take much of it. For vet, whoops, let's do the. Okay, yep. Audit the bids. Vera asked me about the person who's been doing our audits, and he did not turn in a bid. He wanted to know if he could turn one in, and I said to have him go ahead and submit it, and the board would consider what they want to do with it. Okay? Yeah, do you have that, Vera?
Should be right in the packet.
When will they do, when do we have?
No, right above on the top of the desk.
Up here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Did he indicate why he didn't make it on the previous deadline, or the time frame that we
He
did?
just got, I had sent him a second email and they just opened it that day.
Yeah.
Is that Kia? Who was it?
Well,
Kia.
normally we would have awarded the bid, but my feeling after the two bids that we got was that I was really considering going out to bid again.
Well, what?
They were
What were the
relatively
bids?
high.
What were the bids?
That's 4,500 and 5,000.
Yeah,
The ones
right,
we
yeah,
opened last week, the 4,500 and
Yeah.
5,000.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What's this one?
This one, I'm just looking to see. Somewhere on, yeah, I'm sure there's a price.
It's,
2,800.
That's it?
Yeah, take it out. Did you guys get a chance to come in and look at the other two?
No,
I did, I came in to look at it.
Yeah.
What was
See
Vera's
much difference?
feedback on it?
I looked at the spec and the budget, and I thought that was pretty fair. I read it through.
Yeah.
Looked good to me.
Yeah. And the only thing wrong with it is the price.
No, I just can't consider what the other towns pay, that's cheap.
Well, what does Dixfield pay?
you're not comparing apples to apples.
Right, exactly. What does,
Dixfield has a sewer
Canton,
system.
Carthage, us, Roxbury,
The only other one that I know what they pay is, well, they pay a little over 7,000 on a well.
well,
Yeah.
That little town? Yeah, they pay the less.
And Livermore Falls pays, I think, around 9.
yeah, but the Little Falls is a city.
Well, it's still
Small.
town, I mean.
Yeah,
you know,
but,
I'm
well,
not-
yeah, but I mean, I think you get a break around 2,000 population in terms of, when you get under 2,000 population, the audit is really not that complicated. And we've been doing it normally for the 2,000 to 3,000.
What was Smith again? Smith
40,
Associates?
one of them was 4,500, the other was
4,500.
5,000. Smith and Associates,
Yeah.
around our age,
I looked both proposals over and they were pretty equal in there.
4550 from Smith and Associates,
Yep.
and
not to exceed 5 on.
Not to exceed 5, that's what I remembered, yeah.
The only thing I noticed on Keelan, he would not be able to start until October.
Right, but he's stating that he would, final field work would be completed prior to November 27th. The final copy of the financial statement would be delivered by December 5th.
Right.
Well, that's time they have to start that.
Right, right.
But, what do you want to do?
My question, when you said you wanted to give the bid late was 2,800,
Yeah. The other was 45.50 and I'm not over 5,000.
well, I know it. I like 2,800 one, but if it was someone putting a bid in for a job or something, wouldn't we, if they were late, wouldn't we punish them by not taking their bid? I'm just asking.
The board has an option, and the reason that we tabled it last week and did not award
Right.
it is because we only got 2 bids in, they were high, and I'll be perfectly frank, I don't know if we discussed it actually, but my feeling was we might want to go back up a bid.
I just wondered, I'm
It's
just
up to you people.
No, I know, I have mixed feelings on it as well, right, right. But I think that when you look at it in that sense, so the only one that's gonna get punished would be the town.
Right, we'd have to
You know,
pay
it's a
another,
financial aspect, right. And this one we have done work with in the past, but yeah, I mean, it was late and we need to make that, you know.
Yeah, the town can refuse to accept it, that's fine with me. I mean, I just wanted,
Right.
Vera asked me about it, and I talked to her about it, because I had some concerns about the cost of the initial proposal.
if we don't accept it, kick them out, the town's gonna pay another $1,750, you don't have to.
Right.
I mean, I'm just asking that from a point of
Yeah.
perspective.
Now, I would agree that if we hadn't had questions about the bids and agreed to table it, that accepting a rate
Did
bid.
table it,
Yeah, yes.
so,
So we tabled it for 2 reasons. One, the bid prices were higher than we expected, and everybody wanted to take a look at the actual bid
Right.
proposals.
Well, what's the difference between the prices as far as the more expensive one? Wonder what they do compared to him? How far in depth do they go with an audit?
I don't.
Is it just writing down figures, or do they go right through the whole
Same
books?
thing. They all do basically the
Yes,
same.
they all do basically the same thing.
Depends on how many people they, you know, the larger firms send 1 to 2 people. Keel does it by himself. Right, so you're paying for 2 people, you might be paying for, you know, the head person and somebody else.
And the cost is less perhaps because he does have the, you know, the history of the town as well, so we can keep the cost down for a new one. And then if you read his, it does say that he's developed auditing programs himself that he uses that streamlines his work and his efficiency, so perhaps that keeps the cost down as well.
And the other firms are larger firms, and generally they cost you more. And there's no question, you know, that a person can make an argument that it's worth it.
They all go by
Ready
the
for
general
motion?
accounting standards.
Yeah.
They're all,
Yeah,
they all
yeah, they have to
have
all
to
meet
do
the
the
same
same,
standards.
go by the same standards.
Yeah, I'm ready for a motion anytime.
I personally, you know, I think that we ought to go with somebody different. We've had Hood for how many years? You know, personally, I think that the Smith and Associates are well-known, and I think they're out of Yarmouth, and I think that we ought to go with them. Because I don't think they're too
Well, make a
hard.
motion.
I make a motion that we go with Smith Associates for our audit.
Okay. Can I have a second for that motion? We don't have a second. Can I have another motion?
I make a motion to go with Keel and Hood.
Can I have a second for that motion?
I'll second.
Okay? Discussion. Any further discussion?
Not anything I haven't already said.
Okay. All those in favor of Keel Hood? Opposed? Abstaining? No big deal.
Well, it would be nice to go with somebody different, just to.
Well, speaking my
I know,
opinion,
yeah.
I mean, it is $1,700,
Oh,
but
I know.
$1,700 is not, yeah,
It won't break us.
no. The question I would ask is, do you get a better audit?
That's
And
what I was asking,
That's what I'm wondering.
compared to the other one.
Yeah,
And we did try to be proactive, we did put, you know, we put 6,000 in the budget, so we did try to be proactive to try to compensate from what we saw last year for bids. We tried to compensate and tried to be proactive as far as what we probably would see for audit bids.
a town audit is not that complicated, it really isn't. It's not like a business.
They just come and look at the books, right?
What they do is they come and look at the books, absolutely, they go through all your warrants and stuff, they don't go through all of them, but they do sampling of the warrants, make sure that those are followed properly, that the records of those warrants are kept and properly signed, and they'll check the banks to see what money you have and what banks it's in, and see if it corresponds to what you show on your books. And
They check the insurances, they
Yeah.
check the 941s, they check all the excise, they do spot checks on, you know, because that's one of the more commonly fraud
yes, Yeah.
areas is the excise, and so they make sure that, you know, you've accounted for every registration, and,
yeah,
you know, all the monies are there, and
yeah.
they do a pretty in-depth, no matter which firm you have, they all have certain standards that they go by, and they have to abide by those, because those are set by the national board as well as the state board.
And I think the only difference would be is that if we expect different results from Hood, then he's going to do what his guidelines and he's mandated to do. If we want more information, if we want different results, if we want, I mean, I think that's up to the board to ask or to facilitate those things. I mean, I think that he's going to set to do what it is that he's governed to do.
We have a vote approved to use Keel Hood. Do I hear any motion to reconsider?
I
President
make a
Baker?
motion to reconsider.
You can't, because you voted against it. Somebody who voted for it has got to vote to reconsider if I'm up on my rules of parliamentary procedure. If not,
Jim, can I say something?
yeah,
I just want to know how you can even look at Keel Hood when the figures and the amounts were out last week of what the other two bid. How do you know and can guarantee that Keel Hood did not find out what the other two bid?
It was a couple of dollars.
No, but it was mentioned. You don't know if someone in this room knows some of them. You don't. There's no way to guarantee it.
and that's up to the board to make a decision on.
I'm just reminding you that's really not,
It's really not what?
it's not right.
What do you mean it's not right?
You went out to bid,
We
two
went out
people
to
sent
bid.
you a bid.
If
And
we
then
had-
these guys get a late bid in after the other bids have been opened?
Only in the situation that we described here, and that is that we tabled that opening of the bids
I still say
and
it's not
awarding
right.
the bid, and the board was asked if they wanted to consider the Keel Hood bid, and that's an appropriate thing to do. The other motion that I would have been in favor of, if we went to look at that bid, would be to go out to bid again.
Oh, I can understand you doing that. That would, to me, that's the only fair thing to do if you're gonna do that. Because it's really not right where those were opened in the board session and the amounts were given out. They may not have been published, it may have been tabled, but you cannot guarantee someone did not call Keel Hood and say, this is what the other bids are. You can't guarantee it.
And what is, I mean, I understand the,
If I was one of the other firms, I'd be upset.
yeah. But if he comes in at a much lower bid, is it appropriate for the town to do that? And I think that as long as all of the things are considered, and where we had not made a decision,
Right.
and we had opened the bids and said, we're not satisfied, then it was
But
open.
the bids were supposedly closed. I mean, you looked at the two bids, the deadline had gone by, and then Keel Hood came in with lower. That, to me, that doesn't look good. I'm saying how it looks, Jim. It was
I mean, we're
said in
not
this
being
room.
closed about it. at
No,
all.
but
Wide open.
It's wide open after they're put in, but weren't they sealed bids? Didn't they come in and you guys opened them
Yes.
here?
Yes. You want to go out to bid again?
No, vote's been made.
Yeah.
We got a motion on the floor.
Yeah, it's taken care of.
Huh?
Been taken care of. The vote was made.
That's
three
what I
to-
thought, yeah.
Yeah, 3 to 1 abstention. Okay?
So it should be, and I agree with what she's saying, that's why I brought up the question about being late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't have any problem with that. Vera asked me about
But
it on Tuesday.
we did table everything last week.
Yeah, yeah.
Although if we didn't save the town $1,750, you'd be mad because we went to the higher bidders.
Yeah.
Saved the money for the town, is what I'm looking at.
Right.
Any further discussion? Okay, let's move on to the next item.
I agree with you.
Appeals